All right, this is what I want for the project. I'm moving around like you can actually see. Okay, so first I want your different combinations. Okay, so in your engineer's notebook, and it can be at a scale of just 1 to 1. You're going to do your 3 cubes. Those can be an oblique. They can be an isometric. Obviously, oblique's going to be a little bit easier if it's in your engineer's notebook. Okay, so these are all your different 3, 4, 5, and 6, all your possible combinations. All possible.
I thought we were just doing 4, 5, and 6.
Okay? Well, we did 3. That was like the first night. There's only 2 for 3, and there's like a few for 4. Okay, and the main ones you're doing 5 and 6. Then what I want, though, is for your like final thing that you turn in for your 10 possible thumbnails, you're going to pick from all those combinations that you drew, and you're going to make some very nice ones. Okay, at double scale. So for example, if I'm going to do the Tetris type one,
we have to choose it.
1, 2, 3. Okay, so you're going to do that one. This is going to be an isometric form at 2 to 1 scale. So it's going to look something like that. Okay, and then I want you as well to shade on these ones, okay? So you're going to do one side, maybe a darker shade. So we're doing the top here, and we're doing a light shade for either this side or for the front or the side. So I want 5 of these on each page, all right? Now, additionally, 5 per page, okay? Additionally, I want all 3 different types. So you also need to do a different one for oblique. Okay, so I'm going to do a similar one here, but maybe for this one I make this part extend back 2. Okay, these parts you don't have to measure the angle exactly correct like we did in the other one. Okay, so maybe for this one I make that one part extend back some. And again, I'm going to shade. And I'm going to shade 2 sides, okay? Then what I also want you to do is to label them. So this one would be 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cubes. 5 cubes. And what style is it?
Oblique.
Oblique. Good. Congratulations, Jensen. You made the video.
Yes.
Okay? All right. Then the other one is you need to do a perspective. All right? So you're going to choose your vanishing point. I'm just going to do a...
On the same page.
You can do the perspective on the same page as oblique because they both use quadro paper. So on this one, I'm just going to do a square for simplicity's sake. So there would be my 4 pieces. I know my lines are going to extend to the vanishing point. Okay, and I'm going to estimate the depth that it would be. So it would look something like that, and then I'm going to shade it. Okay, yours would be, of course, not in rainbow. Yours will be in regular pencil, so it'll be easier to do that. Okay, and then I'm going to label this. Whoops, I didn't mean to make that 8. It's supposed to be just 4. But I would label it 4 cubes, and then what type?
Perspective.
Yeah, you can just put perspective. 1 point perspective or perspective. All right. So you'll do those, and then you'll title each one with your name. The title. These will be cube combos. Matthew, stop talking. And then the date. This is the 18th, so I'm going to put the 18th for mine. The 18th for mine. Period 5. Okay. So next, this is what you're going to get today. All right. You're going to actually design what your cube looks like. Yay. Okay. These do not have to come necessarily from the pieces that you picked before, but you might want to pick one to base it on. Okay. So if I go back to this one right here. Okay, and I want to base my cube on this one, I can come in and I can start off by coloring in a cube that looks like that. So I could say, if I want that maybe on this top section, I'm going to draw the L part because I know that that is what I started off with that piece. But then I also had on the right corner where it's highlighting more, it juts down one. Okay, so there's my basis. There's my first cube. Okay, so if I look at this section right here, this whole thing is an isometric viewpoint. Okay, so it's like I took the cube and I pulled it into 3 layers. Okay, so if I go and draw this turquoise part that I just drew on here in the top view, I'm going to be highlighting in this part right here. Okay, so I'm going to highlight the top view right here is what corresponds to this top view right here. Okay? Then the front view, which extends all the way down, corresponds to our front view in our multi-view sketch. Okay? And then so finally, the side view, put the puzzle cubes away. The side view corresponds to this blown apart piece right there. Okay? So if I go into my front view, which section is going to be colored in turquoise, Tejas, since you are dying to be in this video? But which cubes, which squares in my front view are going to be turquoise, Tejas? The top right. Just the top right one? And the left one. Okay, good. That corresponds to there. How about the side view, Jensen?
It'll be the 2 on the top right, and then the one below it.
Top right, the one below it. Is that all?
No, and then the ones across the top.
Good. All the ones across the top. Perfect. Okay? So then next, I'm going to pick another color to start to fill in this cube. Okay? For this one, I want it to go down the middle. So I'm going to do this purple one, I'm going to do this purple one, and then I'm going to do this purple one. But I also want it to, let's see, 1, 2, 3. So I'm also going to I'm going to make it like a foot. Okay? It's like Big Bird's foot.
He's being cut.
Okay? So he's got his 3 toes there, and then the leg extends up. So from the top view, knee, which one's going to be purple? The first 2? We're looking at the top right here. Right, the center one. Good. Okay? Andrew, from our front view, which one's going to be purple?
Just the bottom middle.
Good, bottom middle. Okay? And Alyssa, how about our side view? Which one are we going to see? Good, the lower middle one, okay? We're looking right here from the side on this orange section over here on the side, and we can see that on the bottom middle that that's going to correspond to it. Okay? Question?
So, do you just want to be like one of those for all corresponding to the multi-view
So that's what we're going to do next. This is just a piece of paper that I'm going to give you that's already got these boxes on there. So you're going to include this. It's like your blueprint for your cube. And then what I'm going to show you guys next is you're going to do a multi-view of each part that you do. Okay? So hold off on questions for 1 second. Once we get through this, then I'll answer those. Okay? So if we quickly go through and we change our colors, we can build a couple other parts. So I'm just going to do this kind of quickly. On the top, I'm going to do this, another one of these L-shaped pieces, but I'm going to go straight down as well. Okay? So on this one, from the top view, I've now covered everything. The top view will be all yellow. And then it's also going to extend down, so on the front side, I will actually see all 3 of these in yellow as well. Over on the right, I won't see any of that yellow. Okay? So my next piece, and keep in mind we want to have 5 pieces total. So I'm at 3 right now. So hopefully I haven't cut myself off too badly, and I can do all pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, perfect. Okay, so for this next piece, I'm going to go these 3, and then these 3 on the bottom. So we see they'll connect down that far back column. Okay, so on this one, from the top view I will not see any, from the side view I will not see any, or I'm sorry, from the front view I won't see any, and from the side all I'm going to see is this bottom corner right here. So that piece is mostly on the back view that I can't see. And then for my last piece, we'll do that one as orange. Okay, it's going to be these 3 on the middle layer, and then extend down 1 to the bottom layer. Okay, so if I look on the front view, it's going to fill in all. It should fill in all the rest of these, and then on the side view, it's going over this way. Now the only thing to keep in mind here, you don't have to use the pieces from your previous 10 thumbnails, but you want to make sure that you are not repeating any pieces. So I don't believe that we did in this one. So we came close with those 2 L shapes, but one of them extends down 2 places, and the other one only extends down 1. And so those wouldn't be exactly the same. Okay, so the next thing that you're going to do is your multi-views. Okay, so for the multi-views, you're going to do, you're going to draw. I'm just going to do another L shape up here. And it would need to be in isometric. So if you need to cut it out from an isometric page and put it on there, that's fine. So let me make sure I'm doing this correctly. Okay, so I've actually left an extra line on here. So it's going to look something like that. That's like your basic L-shaped piece. Not the greatest isometric in the world, but it gets the job done for the purpose of what we're doing.
You're done.
Okay? So, thank you for that, Alex. Alright, so there is our L-shaped piece. So if we look at this from our top view, okay, then our top view is going to look like, if I do it to double scale, it's just going to look like 2 squares, and I'm going to have an object line to show this part jutting out from the top, okay? That's going to correspond to this part right here. All right, if I draw my front view, it's just going to be the L. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3 tall, and then go over 1, 2, and then finish making my L shape. Okay, and I, of course, would line that up correctly like I'm supposed to over here. Okay, so this needs to be lined up. It's not wanting to cooperate. Last time, put the cubes up. Alright, so I would want to make sure that these parts align and it's not wanting to grab it very nicely for me right now, but make sure that those align. Wow, this is just a debacle at this point. Okay, so you want to make sure that that aligns vertically here. I missed it by just 1, okay? And then finally from our right view, we're going to have one that's 3 tall. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, and 1 wide. And then you're going to have an object line to show this part jutting out right here. Okay? So you're going to do that for each cube. You're going to put your name. You're going to put the title. So you'll name each piece and annotate it. So this one is L Tetris. Can't even spell correctly on this. Okay, so it's going to be the L Tetris piece, all right, and you're going to date it. So 10, what's the date? 18, 2012, period 5. Okay, so you're going to have it something like this. Your title can go, I mean, you can call this multi-view. You can use the name of it up in the annotations. So I can call this multi-view 1. Okay, so you're going to do one of those for each of your final 5 pieces, and those are going to be the meat of what you're going to be turning in addition to the actual cube. Okay, so if you ever are not sure what you're doing for this project, And I know you won't be doing it the night before, but in case you are, you have all of your questions answered here. All right?